Go Miami. Fins up. Let's go with another news about the greatest team in America. The NFL trade deadline is approaching and the Miami Dolphins are preparing for what could be a very active period. However, their version of activity does not necessarily involve adding more players to the squad. Instead, they seek to leverage their existing assets and strengthen their currency. In recent seasons, the Dolphins have traded a significant number of draft picks to acquire playmakers like Tyreek Hill and Bradley Chubb. Additionally, they faced penalties due to tampering allegations related to Tom Brady and Sean Payton. These actions left them with a limited number of draft picks in both the 2022 and 2023 drafts, with many of them being late-round selections. As it approaches the 2024 draft, Miami finds itself short of third- and fourth-round picks, making acquiring more draft capital imperative. The Dolphins currently have a roster with enough superstars. The time has come to bolster your depth with cost-effective rookies on rookie contracts. Subscribe to the Fins Up news channel. Here we always bring you the latest information about Miami Dolphins. You might wonder why they don't look to trade additional players to strengthen the team. The answer is simple: they believe they already have the necessary parts. Several key players are returning from injuries in what could be seen as their trade deadline additions to the roster. Terron Armstead, Connor Williams, Xavier Howard, Devon Achane, River Crocraft, and Nick Needham are all set to return, and Jalen Ramsey recently returned to make a significant impact. Given this situation, the Dolphins have valuable assets that they currently do not need, and those assets could potentially be traded for valuable draft picks. Here are some players Miami could consider parting ways with before the trade deadline. Ogba's suitability for Fangio's defensive scheme is questionable. With Bradley Chubb, Jaylon Phillips, and Andrew Van Ginkel, Miami appears well-stocked in the pass rush department. While Ogba's contract could complicate trades, a fifth-round pick could be a valuable addition to Miami's draft assets. Jones, like Ogba, doesn't seem to align with Fangio's defensive outlook. The return of Nick Needham, Xavier Howard, and Jalen Ramsey allows for more flexibility. Moving Jones could be a prudent decision, especially since he is in the final year of his contract. A fifth or sixth round pick could be a fair trade. Jeff Wilson with Devon Achane returning and the team featuring a healthy Raheem Mostert and a productive Salvon Ahmed, the Dolphins may have a surplus of running backs. Jeff Wilson could be the odd man out and serve as an attractive trade option, perhaps for a team in need of running back depth. While the exact moves the Dolphins will make remain unclear, they appear inclined to be sellers rather than buyers at this year's trade deadline. Miami's priority is to accumulate more draft picks, which they consider essential to their long-term success. As the deadline approaches, fans will eagerly await news of the team's trade decisions.